Hey YouTubers, how you doing? It's me, AMD for life, and this is my channel, RetroGaming4U. That's right, exclusively for you. So today we're bringing in a retro classic in Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. I can easily swap this out and get the Hyper Edition of it, but I feel like this is the most original version of the Street Fighter 2. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start it. Now, between Ken and Ryu, it's hard to figure because always, the hero of the game has always been Ryu. Let's get it. Let's go. Wow. He almost got me. But usually, it's always Ryu coming on top. Let's get it. Ooh, nice move. Really? Got him. Whoa. Take that. And a little bit more. I like the little slur he says, but it's really a Japanese word. Oh, perfect. When do you ever see that one? Ah. Hmm. Now, I don't want to be too confident, but I feel like this game is too easy. The mechanics of it, the patterns are too easy to follow. It's almost like the same thing. Got him. Hmm. You must defeat Shenlong to stand a chance. Whoa. Really? Got him. I want to always have my mic um, just a tad bit louder than the gaming sound. And the only reason for it's because I would like to be able to have commentary as long as I'm showing you guys the retro gaming aspect of this game. I'm pretty sure there's history behind this game, but I'm not trying to dig in. Before Street Fighter 2, there was the original Street Fighter and Final Fight. We will get... Ooh, can't believe he got me there. Got him. That was a quick recovery too. That's what I really wanted from him. Got him. It was rather simple. That was easy. Usually I pick Ken or Ryu, or in the newer versions, Akuma. Usually for some reason I pick them three. Forgot the teacher of Ryu's, I forgot his name. Wow, really? That was easy. I don't like going through these lengths to pass a game, but the only reason I feel like doing it is because I'm trying to dedicate myself to the channel. Not that I like playing this, I'm just doing it just just to create the video and to have as many videos from retro gaming itself as possible. So that's why I do that. But really I don't enjoy playing it because it's no longer challenging to me. Heck, even the newer Street Fighters that are coming out are not presenting much of a challenge. That is, unless if I play the newer Street Fighters, like the Street Fighter 5s, the Street Fighter 4s, you know what I mean? But to me, the hardest Street Fighter to pass has always been Hyper Edition. This is hard to pass that game when everybody's so fast. Usually I follow up on news, but I haven't been able to find anything very important. But I do have some details for today, some news that came in. Come on. Come on. That's what I waited for you to do. I'm only doing the retro gaming aspect of this stuff because my channel is based on retro gaming itself. So I want to dedicate the channel to as many content and video content as I can. and provide you with the best possible commentaries. Keep in mind, guys, that my speech is not the best. Okay? I don't have the best speech here. Nice. Come get some fire. I ain't the one to burning your desire. Let me step into your fire. Oh. That was easy. Jeez, I hope every fighter is as fast as I'm trying to pass as fast as I can. I may not pass this stage. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Nice. I didn't expect to nail this one, but I did. I did. Oh no, not Blanca. He can be annoying. He's one of the opponents of mine that just loves to just annoy me. There we go. Cheap shot. I knew he was gonna do that. Come on. Come on. Get it. Get it. Like I said. And you're done. You must defeat Shenlong to stand a chance. Of course, you're not. Let's go, Blanca. Stop scratching me, boy. Really? Yeah. Come get it. Come get it. Yep. Come get it. Yep. And I beat you the same way like last time. Get out of my face. So, the first piece of news that I have heard today, and this was coming from WCCF Tech website, that they were able to get their hands on the DGPI graphics card from Intel. Oh, can't believe. Come on. Jump. Jump. That's what I want you to do. Jump. Come on. Come on. Jump. That's what I wanted you to do. Come on. That's what I wanted you to do. Oh, he got me. He got me. He got me. That's the first time I lose. I'll admit. Well, he was getting lucky with all those shots. Get out of here. Know your little schemes. Little cheater. I hate when he does that. It's almost like he cheats as he does that. And he always catches me. There's a trick to it though. But you gotta be good to block. Come on. Really? That's what I want. Get your ass out of there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sit your ass down, boy. Really? Really? Mm-hmm. Sit your ass down, boy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're done. Out my face, Guile. Last time you got me is because I got distracted from bringing the news to all my fellow subscribers. Ugh. I hate when I'm trying to do something. Ugh. I can't talk if I'm trying to... Really? Uh-uh. Not this time. What is this? Street Fighter's version of Mike Tyson? Give me a break. And those are not his real arms. Probably mechanical arms, I bet. Oh, that's right. This is not Jax from Mortal Kombat. If it was Jax, then that would be true. He just... I'm not sure if the arms are robotic or... Bye-bye. You must defeat Shenlong to stand a chance. Well, Intel decided to release something called, if I'm not correct, poor cat of mine's. I don't torture it, but sometimes I have to correct it because the cat loves to get on top of the stove to eat whatever food he can. And I'm over here. Oh, that was close. And yes, I got the bonus for that. I'll tell you in a second exactly what Intel has released while I'm playing because I can't do multitasking all at the same time. Let me pause the game real quick because I can't give you the piece of news. Alright, so first things first. Why is it doing this? Okay, so the first news that comes to mind, guys, if you haven't noticed now you do. That's right. AMD decided to release their bigger brother of the XT lineup. Yes, you have guessed it. The 2080 Ti killer was just released for benchmarking, and it absolutely destroyed it. I mean, it shredded it. It destroyed it by 17%. We don't know what this unknown Radeon RX GPU is, but it destroyed the GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. That's right, folks. The GeForce RTX 2080 Ti was beaten by an RX GPU from Radeon that has been yet to be unreleased by 17%. So for all you NVIDIA lovers out there, stop getting all in your feelings. And here's a tissue. Stop your crying. And stop making excuses for a company that doesn't care about you. They only care about making money off of you because they're trying to sell the tech to you. They can care less who you are and what you're about. They don't care about you. They only care about making money off of you. I don't know why you guys are so loyal to a brand when there's no such thing as brand loyalty. There's no such thing as that. So I don't know why people are being so loyal to a brand when really it's not going to benefit them at all. The only thing that's going to benefit the consumer is in 3 areas. Actually in 4 or 5. Um, bit mining, or Ethereum. One of those two. It's good for that. Radeon GPUs are more parallel for that because they can take more for bit mining. However, the bit mining craze that happened in 2016, that died in 2018, is dead. The mining market is not all the way dead, but it is dead. It's not booming like it once was. That's why the memory prices were ridiculously up. That's why the SSD prices was up. That's why everything was up. But now, because of AMD's marketing and how it quickly rised, now we're looking at 49% of market share from AMD versus 53 or 54% from Intel. Or more, probably about 57%. I can't keep up with the percentage, guys, so you're going to have to excuse me on that. Okay, so the other bit of news. That's right, guys. You guessed it. Intel has released their GPU called the XeDGI. I named it earlier, but I was paraphrasing because I couldn't tell you from the top of my head what was the name of the discrete graphics card. Now, keep in mind that many reviewers already reviewed the card and they told you guys that it was redundant. This card is not really made for gaming. It's really made for the server market and for rendering. This is a totally different card. This has to do with rendering and workloads. That's what that card's for. However, many of the enthusiasts, many of the computer programmers are deeming the Intel's exclusive first ever discrete graphics card based on the DGI Xe redundant. That's right. And who was the one behind its architecture? That's right, the same person that released Vega and was unpolished. Just like, and I have to say it, I don't like saying it because I'm a red guy. I belong to the red team. I don't mess with the blue team. Not because I don't like them, because there's no such thing as hating the other team or the other team hating me. But we do compete with each other. But at the end of the day, we're human beings and we're just at a different side of the field. That's all that is. So game on, fellas. So anyways, so Intel's graphics card fell flat on his face. It doesn't surprise me since Raja Kaduri is the one behind it. And again, he failed. This is his second time failing. The first failure was with Vega. Now, a lot of you consumers are going to argue with me in the comments below, and you guys are going to say that that the Radeon cards are very suspect and they get very hot, and the drivers are not they're not as good as Nvidia's. That is correct, and the only reason for that is because Nvidia has R&D. AMD doesn't have R&D. They have probably another program that I cannot name because I really don't know what the name of it is, but I'm pretty sure they have their programs, but it's very small compared to Nvidia's. AMD's empire is based on the CPU, okay? While Nvidia's dominance is based on the GPU itself for the gamers. That's why Nvidia's is for the gamers, mostly for the gamers. Yes, the server market as well, but mostly the gamers. They side with Nvidia. I wouldn't say every single one of them, but I would have to say gladly that around 75% of gamers hold an Nvidia card. That's a fact. And only about 20 or 23% of the users have Radeon cards. I'm one of those 23%. I'm one of the lowest that has a Radeon card. And I have had GTX cards before. I have had, if you guys don't remember, this was before the GTX lineup started coming out. Okay, this was back in 2005 when the 8800 came out, but I didn't got the 8800 because that was revered by Nvidia as the best discrete graphics they have ever came out with at the time, and it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good, that card. but it was also a high end. I couldn't touch it. So the only thing close to a high end was a 9800. I remember. And that was the card that I grabbed, the 9800 GS. And I had the card until I don't know what happened, and it just failed. It wouldn't work, it wouldn't turn on. It failed on me. After a while, it failed on me. I was so upset about it. I was like, I can't believe it, you know? But it was a learning experience for me, and it was one of my first times building an AMD machine. It had an Anthlon 64 at the time. Excuse me, an Anthlon X2, a dual core processor. I had about, if I'm not correcting, I had about 4 GB of memory. Back then, 4 GB was more than enough for the apps. Nowadays, 8 GB is not even the standard anymore. The standard bearer of RAM is 16 GB and up. Because nowadays, Microsoft Windows 10, whichever build you may have, it depends on a lot of RAM. Especially the games. If you're trying to render the games at 1440p, at 1080p, 230 hertz, or even 350 hertz, or even 144 hertz, you need a graphics card that can max out 1080p. Simple. People are saying, oh, but you need a card that's strong enough to handle 1440p, and you also have to handle 4K. Listen, let's make this very clear. The reason why there's different categories is because it's all what you can afford. If you're in the lower level tier, then you're gonna only be able to afford lower level. If you're in the mid level, then you can afford mid level. If you're going to high end, then you gotta make sure that your pockets are fat, because high end don't come cheap. I mean, ask Apple. They're selling you an interface for like $5,000. That's crazy. It's just basically a big old aluminum case, a heap of case with nothing in it. Heck, Apple's latest iteration, they decided to come out with a gaming machine. It really doesn't do that. It sucks for gaming. Apple's is not really for gaming, but only in one department, and that's just in the SoC department, system on chip. That's it. Other than that, they don't hold no ground or groundbreaking performance as such as gaming. The gaming sucks. And feel free to leave your comments below, Apple users. Feel free to leave your comments below, AMD users. Feel free to leave your comments below, and Intel users, feel free to leave your comments down below. And I haven't forgotten NVIDIA. Okay? But I don't pick on NVIDIA because Huang has done a great job being the front guy and making sure his company is up to beat. I don't blame him for being aggressive because he knows how Lisa Su is. He knows that his competitor, which is basically AMD or ATI formerly, he knows Lisa Su's trying to push for better performance. He knows Lisa Su's very close. She's getting close or near to what Huang's graphics cards performance are. She finally reached the 2080 Ti levels and even surpassed it. But there's a problem with that. See, Huang already saw the strategy and he pushed out the 30s, 60s, the 3070s, and the 3080s Ti's. You see, he's on top. And then he released the RTX as the first iteration and noticed that there was a problem. He went and released the other ones after that, which is called Super. He's not naive. He knows what he's doing. I just hope he can keep up because competition is good. See? Um, what I have here in front of me is the 5700, not the XT version, but the 5700. And I'm just gonna tell you, I did see the performance is double of that of a RX 580, but it's in its early stages, and I have the latest build of Windows, which is Microsoft Windows 10 build 1909. And the only reason I can't touch the card is because it gets too hot, the drivers are unstable, and it gives me an entire green screen or a BSOD screen. So I can't really evaluate the XT lineup because I've already tried evaluating it earlier. It's hot garbage. I'm sorry, Red guys. I'm sorry, Red team. I mean, I love the Radeon cards. I even hold the RX 580, and it's in its fine wine stages. It's working perfectly well, but in only in one gray area that doesn't. Which, when you try to have it shut down on its own, it will not want to shut down. That's a big problem, and it's only because the AIB partner of that card is Power Cooler. I got no problems with Power Cooler, but the card is only working 90% of the time. It won't shut down on its own, and it will not sleep on its own. And if it does sleep, the computer just stays on and just doesn't shut down. That's a problem already, and it has nothing to do with my hardware because my hardware is okay. It's the graphics card and its drivers. They still to this day haven't fixed their drivers. When AMD, when are you gonna learn to fix your drivers? Okay, you guys still haven't released an Adrenaline 2020 based on the Microsoft Windows 1909 build. You guys still haven't addressed those bugs. There's a lot of bugs. You know why people are putting four and a half stars or even 4 stars or even 3.5 stars on your products, AMD? Do you want to know why? It's not the product itself, because the product itself is excellent. It's an excellent GPU. The problem is not the GPU, it's the drivers. You guys still haven't addressed the drivers yet. You guys have to fix that. In other news, so Asus shows off a 420mm AIO cooler on an AMD machine featuring the Threadripper X40 socket. Awesome. So aside of the news of Intel releasing their first graphic card, which subsequently fell flat on his face, and again, Roger Kaduri is at fault once again. So he has no excuse on that. He has no excuse. Um. Oh, in other news. So Nvidia is dropping its prices on its GeForce RTX 2060 cards to 300. But the only reason they're doing that is to compete with the RX 5600 XT. That's the only reason they're doing that. But these are not the RTX 2060 Supers, so no biggie. In other news, Apple returns to CES 2020 and it talks about privacy. Not that that's very intriguing because all companies use a form of telemetry to watch your activities and watch whichever website you visit. Because that's the only way the uh, advertisers throw lots of offers to you to buy their products because it's based on third-party telemetry. I've called. Now that I'm talking about the privacy thing, let's brush Apple to the side for a second. I don't want to talk about Apple. This doesn't surprise me because even Microsoft Windows 10 has a telemetry third parties pre-installed, which you can never disable. Because every time you try to, or you try to go to your privacy settings to disable it, here comes Microsoft Windows 10 with its kill switch on. And they turn on your privacy settings just like that. So even if you turned it off, there's always a chance that Microsoft, like always, turned their kill switch on and says, let's update all of the computers across the world because they can do that. See? You guys allow them to do that. Because if I was you guys, I will sue Microsoft for invasion of privacy, and I will sue Google, and I will sue Amazon and Android, or Google, for invasion of privacy. Because these people, these companies, they know what they're doing. By invading their privacy, by invading your privacy, you're basically giving them an entry. You're giving them permission to do that. So I urge you guys, if you do not like Microsoft Windows 10, by all God, just uninstall it. And put either Windows 8.1 or another build. But I advise you, if you're really concerned about your privacy, don't install not even the Mac operating system. because even the Mac operating system will give your information to the third parties. They do the same thing too, and so does Google. And my God, these these uh these other companies such as Hulu and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, they all have licensing agreements with third parties. So even if you try to take the third party question out, you can't. It's everywhere. And these third parties, they have to be there because these third parties are just like the stores that you see out there. The stores that are in the malls and the stores that are in the warehouse. The internet functions the same way as in being outside. When you're outside, what you find? Restaurants, superstores, um, retail stores, supermarket stores, flea markets. You find it all. Why? Because it has the name, which is obvious, marketing or market. What's to market? If basically marketing is a way of selling your products and making the commission and the money either for yourself if it's in your company or making money for the company. Okay? Telemetry is a serious thing, but it wasn't that serious when just the original telemetry was pre-installed in older uh, Windows NT iterations, dating from a 95, 98 second edition, 2000, and Windows XP. See, that old form of telemetry was okay because what Microsoft used to do back then, they didn't ask you for feedback. They didn't ask you to fill the blogs up with complaints and uh, kind of like when you're ventilating and stuff and releasing all of the negative aspect of yourself because you're too upset. You see, let's get this right, folks. No matter how hard you try to avoid from being looked at, you're gonna always be looked at, even in public. So just like the internet, when they look at your activities, it's the same thing with you. No one, while you're still living, or you're depending on which part of the world you're in, but in the majority part of the world, you have no privacy. So that's out the window. That's out the window. That don't fly anymore. There's too many malicious things happening, like what North Korea did, and they hacked into the Sony servers and they hacked into our systems. That was really bad. I remember that. Um, but like I said, to every software there's an open door. You can believe whatever you want to, but there's always an open door to every software. That's just that's just how things are. You can't turn down telemetry. I mean, when the government gets involved, they get involved and they don't care who's what. That's what the government does. They regulate internet because they think they can control it. Little do they know is that they cannot control the internet. They can control certain things on the internet, but they can't control everything. Okay, let's not talk about privacy anymore. It's been already like 18 minutes that I have been talking about privacy and stuff like that. So let's try to finish this because I'm in the verge of finishing. So let's go ahead and finish. I'll give you some other news, but as of now, those are the only news that comes out. I'm pretty sure there's other news, but I'm gonna go ahead and bulk on that pigeon. All other news is just based on video games and other games that have been released, but I'm not gonna cover those. I only cover hardware. See? Oh, and the last piece of news. Guys, if you are interested in a Chinese phone, don't get it. And the reason why I say that is because there's news on WCCF Tech. I get my sources from here, and I also get it from hardwarecanucks.com. It says here, low-cost Chinese phones subsidized by the US government found to be running unremovable malware. You see what I mean? When it comes to privacy, there isn't any privacy. So you can kiss that goodbye. All right. So let's get back to the gist of things. Glad I had my laptop with me. And let's get back at it. Come on. Oh, come on. He was gonna eventually get caught by the helicopter kick. I call it the helicopter kick, but really it's called a hurricane kick. It's just a thing, you know, just naming it, you know. Ah. Ah. Oh, come on. Got him. Got him. 2 more down to go. I usually give tech news, but I don't give much of it. Sometimes I based my retro classic videos based on events, life, stuff like that, and personal experience, of course. But I try to keep it tech. I don't try to make it any personal than what it is. Oh, he got me good there, but I got him back. Got him. One more. I mean, there's always ways of beating these guys because, again, the pattern is so easy to figure out. Come on. Yep. Oh. Damn. He got me good there, too. Oh. I didn't have a chance to... He cornered me, too. I'm hoping he doesn't beat me on a second one. That would be bad. I got him. Oh. Oh, he got me good with that. You see that burn mark on his chest? Ryu did that in Street Fighter 1, if you didn't know. That's why Sagat wanted to get his revenge on Ryu, but even so, he still couldn't. How can he reach? Come on. Got him. And he was easy. Told you he's that easy. Come on. How could he reach me? Oh, come on. Okay, he got me. Let me not be too confident. Got him. That was easy. Alright guys, sit back and watch the show. I just beat the game with 1/4. That's right, 1/4. I'm over here petting my cat, Ninja. Hey Ninja. Say meow to the gamers out there. Say meow. Say meow. You so cute. You can be a little annoying sometimes. Only thing that sets me off is when he gets on top of the table, but he's a good cat. He does his job and, you know, catches little critters when they try to tear up the place. Yeah, right, right. Oh, let me stop cuddling the cat. Guys, remember to subscribe to my channel, RetroGaming4U. That's right, RetroGaming4U. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave your comments down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.